There's a lot going on in CRM at the moment. It's very complex and very confusing world. We have to cope with increasing consumer power. We've got to cope with diverse channels such as social and mobile, and we have to accommodate big data, the movement to the cloud, Internet of Things. So it's a very complicated and confusing time for organisations that are looking to try and manage their customer relationships. When we've surveyed organisations across Europe to drive content for our CRM conference, the objectives we see are linked to primarily doing a better job of improving the customer experience and really trying to elevate customer satisfaction. That was the number one area. The second area we found was companies are trying to really get a single view of the customer, really trying to understand the customer and apply voice of the customer techniques to do so. And thirdly, quite a strong focus on trying to drive revenue, so trying to increase sales productivity, for example. So those were the objectives. On the challenges, the number one challenge we saw is a real desire to try and develop a new customer strategy, because I think because of the challenges that I've cited, companies are looking to revisit the strategy they've had for the past few years and refresh it to accommodate the social, the mobile, the data, the cloud, and all the things that are influencing their customer relationships at the moment. The second biggest challenge actually was also an objective, which is to get that single view of the customer and start looking at master data management and applying best practice to customer data. Excuse me. And then the third challenge is looking internally at the organisation and trying to overcome some of those cultural challenges, those political challenges, and those sort of organisational structure challenges that prevent CRM and the customer experience from being as optimised as it could be. So, as I mentioned previously, mobile is having a fundamental change on customer relationships. There's approximately 2 billion smartphones that are going to be sold this year, and all aspects of CRM in terms of selling, marketing and supporting should be thought about from a mobile first perspective. We forecast that by the end of 2016, half of all sales will be influenced by a mobile device, and by 2017, a third of all customer service interactions will be conducted through a mobile device. So any organisation that is maybe not necessarily looking at mobile now should really circle back on that, because mobile has to be a key part of your CRM strategy across all phases of the life cycle, from providing information to doing the evaluation to doing the purchase, right through to getting support after purchase. So it should be an embedded part of that CRM strategy. There's no such thing as a best strategy. I mean, I guess what I'd be looking at is to focus much more on the customer experience and to really weave in both social and mobile into that strategy, and really try and make sure the strategy has an omni-channel approach. So what I mean by that is for several years companies have been multi-channel, so they support different channels, but they've often been treated in isolation. So the siloed technologies, siloed experiences, whereas I think the new strategy has to have much more of an omni-channel approach, where it's still the same channels, but the channels are merged as one, so a customer can migrate from one channel to the next and have a continuation of the experience rather than a separate experience. And that's, I think, a key part of a successful strategy moving forward.